have with me here Apostle Richard Oluwafemi and Mrs. Feisha Oluwafemi. You are looking very beautiful. You are looking good today, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome. It's great to have you here once again. So, very fast audience will be now. They are celebrating their 7 years anniversary. So, we want you to share with us the very 7 lessons that you've learned during the 7 years of marriage. Wow, 7 lessons during the last 7 years of marriage. That's great. So we want you to share with us how you're able to sustain the challenges of the relationship, of the marriage, and then what have been helping you. And these days marriage outside these days have been a lot of difficulties, many challenges. So we want you to help us how are we able to scale through, sustain that intimacy and that relationship till now. So who is going first?
Well, let my wife start.
All right, ladies first. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for having us once again.
Yes, ma'am.
So I like to start by saying marriage is hard work. Yes, hard work in every bit of it. You should come into marriage with the mindset that you are coming to work at the vision of that relationship. And that was one thing that helped us, and that is still helping us, because of course I'm still committed to the vision of the union. So basically, marriage in itself is really hard.
Okay, marriage is hard work. Okay, thank you very much, Daddy. What do you have to say to that, sir?
All right. Actually, when you start a relationship, you can have it as a smart work for the relationship to work. But when you step into marriage, you must prepare for hard work. So most people today they are afraid of marriage because they are not ready for hard work, and that's why preparation before you step into marriage is very important.
Wow, that's great. So when you want to start, you can start with the smart work, but that is not even enough to sustain a relationship. You have to understand that it is a hard work. Thank you very much, ma. So what other lesson can you share with us? I want Daddy to go first this time around.
Yes.
All right. If I want to actually share any lesson again about the journey of marriage for the past 7 years, I can see that a marriage has brought a huge reward. I can say marriage is a reward. So, a huge reward to my life. The Bible says that he that findeth a wife has obtained favor. So, I have obtained huge reward that cannot be described. So, I've learned that marriage is a reward. And as a single, if you want God to remember you and to reward you in a way that you cannot measure when you are married, while you are single now, you must treasure God, you must value your relationship with God. Marriage has been a reward in it.
Wow, marriage has been a reward. Wow, that's good. Mom, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, just to add to it that truly, I engaged my singlehood period for the service of my father. I mean my heavenly father. And truly, when I came into marriage, I saw God paid me very well, much more than what money cannot buy. Okay, so I saw him paid me with a whole lot of ease. In fact, it was fast pregnancy I had, safe delivery for all of my children, reward of so many things I can't begin to mention just now. But just for you to know that if you are single and you are watching us, all the investment of of service for God is not wasted, because I tell you get paid back by
Wow,
God.
that's great. So it means that even if you attend these seminars, spending money on books, trying to prepare for that phase of life, it's not a waste. So you getting married will be a reward of your hard work. Even including that smart work you've been doing before, those preparation are not a waste. So singles in the house, don't be tired. Keep going for training. Keep preparing for marriage, because once you get married, you are going to be rewarded for it. Thank you very much for that point, ma. So that's 2 points already. So
Yes.
we want to have the third point for you.
All right, marriage is commitment.
Commitment.
Yes, I led commitment even while I was single, because the truth is marriage will amplify who you are. So as a single lady, I was committed to God, because see, the truth is marriage in itself is not just between you and your partner. So I had that understanding that God is the witness between the two of us. So it's a threefold cord. So that understanding is that I am committed to God, doing whatever I'm doing on the behalf of God in the life of this person. So I'm committed to the vision he carries, committed to make sure his life get better based on all that God has given to me. And I know as a single lady, a time God told me every resources I have, all the values I've got, all the skills I've got, is all to make the life of my man get better. And I was like, come, is that not selfish?
See, that was even what I wanted to ask you. That you make my man. Even your lane is for
It's
to
to
help.
better him.
Wow,
That's the favor he found.
Oh, congratulations, sir. That's great. So that's what you have to
Thank
know.
you. That's beautiful anyway. I want to say that marriage has really helped me in such a way that the level of my commitment to God first, to my partner, to my wife, has been really, jack up. That's why today I would like to let you know that as a single, don't run away from commitment. Because when you run away from commitment while you are single, there's no how you can actually cover up when you get married. It eventually gel. So I've learned that marriage is a commitment.
Wow, marriage is a commitment. Hard work, reward, commitment. I'm enjoying this. May God help us. Thank you very much. So, okay, because of our time, I want us to dive into the fourth point.
Okay, if I'm to look at the next one, let you know that marriage is a sacrifice. Marriage is a sacrifice. You must be willing to sacrifice your ego at times. You must be, willing to sacrifice your pleasure at times. You must be willing to sacrifice things that are
Very important.
that look so important to you if your marriage is going to work. Because if you don't do so, there will be possibility that you will do yourself to harm. So there's no way two people coming together from different backgrounds will thrive together without making some sacrifice. It may look so tough, but it pays at the end.
Thank you very much. Marriage is a sacrifice. Man, we'll do that to you.
Yeah, sacrifice of your time, sacrifice of your pleasure, like you said. Many times I'm worn out, but I'm committed to make sure that the family is fine, the children are doing well, the house is kept in order. That will just keep me going. I keep going, sacrificing my pleasure. Because I'm supposed to sleep because I'm very, very tired. Let me just try more. And it's just what it is.
Wow, thank you very much.
And there's no how you want to sacrifice without involving service.
Exactly.
As you are sacrificing, you are also serving the other person.
So it's not even about the feelings alone. So even
it means you have to put the other person as number one, even before you.
Seriously, it's a huge sacrifice. That's very huge. Sometimes you just be like, I'm tired. You have to take care of the children. Sometimes you have to. So it's not even about what you feel like doing. If I'm correct, it's not even like I want to do this. I wish to do this, but there are principles, and then you must follow those things, and then they are not always easy.
Yes.
Wow.
That's why selflessness is very important. So if you are not selfless, you cannot make the sacrifice. So it's very important.
So viewers, you better learn. It is more than I love you, you love me.
Yes.
So all right. Let's get to the next point.
Okay, I think I'm the next, right?
Yes. No, you just
I mentioned sacrifice.
Okay, so I would like to say that marriage is purpose fulfillment. Purpose fulfillment. Because for me, I'm germane at purpose. I believe that without purpose for why you are doing a thing, you will abuse it. Yes. So because I had the understanding that I would not just be in marriage to just have children. After having children, what next? So I need to know what next. So I got prepared for that even as a single lady, and came in with that mindset that I'm going into this marriage to do an assignment. It's synonymous with maybe an assignment you want to call it. So purpose fulfillment is key in the relationship, and it's one of the things that will put add flavor to the marriage. After you have finished having your children, what would you do? Of course, it's that purpose. So it's one of the things that have kept us going.
Wow, purpose fulfillment. So that means you you discover the purpose.
Of course, before we even started the union.
Okay, so then you have a focus, like you have something you are working towards. It's not only about childbearing or about whatever. So you are working towards.
Those are additions. Those are like number 1 out of 10.
all right. That did you have anything to
Yes,
say to that?
if I want to actually add to that, I will tell you that you must be purpose driven before you go to marry.
In fact, before you go into relationship.
And when you are married as well, you must also be purpose driven. So purpose driven is very key because married without purpose, we end up in abuse. Married without purpose, we end up in disappointment. So married without purpose, we end up in struggles. So it's very important for two people that are coming together that they are both discovered their purpose, and they have also come to the point whereby their purpose is being harmonized so that they can travel far and journey together safely. Because it is very important to seek for a purpose, because God that established marriage, He established it only for a purpose.
And sorry, sir, would you like to tell us part of the purpose? I don't know. You said God created marriage for a purpose.
Yes.
So would you like to just tell us part of the purpose at that point? Like, what is the basic purpose of marriage? I don't know if you would like to.
Okay, maybe I should answer. There are general purposes for why God wants marriages to exist. One of such is that you bear children.
Okay.
One of such is companionship.
Wow.
Like you be your
That's
friends generally. But you see, the core cause is why is this union existing under God?
Exactly.
What can this union do that another union cannot do? Based on what God had built in these two people. That specific thing is why this union is existing. Outside of the fact of the general purposes.
I understand now.
So that's why every marriage must seek an opportunity to fulfill a particular purpose. That is, if you have a marriage that is not only blessing yourself, but is also blessing your wife. So that's very important.
Wow, that's great. So it is not just about let's come together, let's
enjoy. Of course you enjoy.
So there should be something that we are working towards. There should be a focus that we have together. Yeah. So there's always a need for the both of even the husband and the wife to come together. Okay, why are we into this? Why are we getting married? What are we like? What's the main focus? What do we have in view? So
they work towards.
No wonder when the purpose of the thing is not known, the abuse of that thing is not. Wow, that's great. Okay, we are going to the 6th point now, and that will like you to.
Yes, I will tell you that I've learned in the past 7 years, that marriage is a covenant beyond contract. So a lot of people today, they saw marriage as a contract, and they don't go beyond that. So to be frank with you, if you don't see marriage as a covenant, you will not last in it. You know, see marriage as a contract, as a covenant, rather helps you to be able to, keep the covenant sacred. Yes, keep the covenant, in view. So it is very, very important for every young person that wants to go into marriage to know that marriage is a covenant.
Mommy, can you help us share it? Because the way that you put that covenant, I'm even scared.
Of course, marriage is a service. Okay. Part of the covenant is blood covenant. Yes. This is one reason why God frowns at what's it called now? Fornication. Sexual immorality. That even after you are married, it's not like you are still licensed to go and have sex with any other person. That's why sex in itself is beautiful under the umbrella of marriage, of course, because of that covenant nature. And for every covenant to have the blessings or the curse, as the case may be, there are terms and conditions that both parties should do what that they should do. And that's why if you attend wedding ceremonies, especially in the church, you see people, seeing the pastor, the priest giving them some vows. Those are the vows that will make that covenant to be activated. That if you default, then the reverse is what comes to you. So marriage in itself is a covenant.
I understand. So and also every covenant comes with blessing and the other than that. So if the covenant is being violated, then
the curse.
because it's very sure. Wow.
Then the curse.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. And seriously, I'm enjoying this, and I believe you're enjoying it also.
Yeah.
All right. So to the last point.
Yes, and so I'm the one saying the last one, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and this is why I would say conclusively that marriage is for life, and then
God.
marriage is transparency. You see, the young folks of today think marriage is for few years, 2 years, 3 years. If it does not work, I just back out. Marriage is for life, and that's not my idea. It's God's idea. Okay, so that mindset that I'm going to marry. That's why it is called life partner. So for the rest of your life, you are going to be with this person. You will partner with that person. You like the face, you don't like the face, no matter, of course. So I have that understanding as a single lady that whoever I'm deciding that I'm going to marry, of course, you should know it's for life. Tread carefully and be sure you are making the right choice.
I think that's one of the reasons why you have to be very careful before going into marriage. It's like signing a life contract that you can't back out. Whether it's going fine, whether it's not. That's why preparation matters. That is say something.
That is why it's very important for young people today. They need to understand that going into marriage with the mindset of living with this person or this partner for a few moments, whether it works or not, it's very wrong, because if you prepare your mind that way, you will eventually end up like that.
Of course, and you think so it is.
You must prepare your mind. You must go into marriage with a view that this is a lifetime commitment for me, and I'm going to live with it, enjoy it for the rest of my life.
So it's not a matter of let's just see how it works.
Let's see how it works. That's visual language.
So when you go into the marriage, let us just
as if the relationship is going to work out itself.
Wow, seriously, the 7 lessons are truly 7 lessons, and I believe you can't learn from these lessons and then successfully apply it. Like you apply these lessons and you will not see the results. No. This is, in fact, I've learned a lot. Marriage is a reward. Marriage requires sacrifice. Marriage is not. It's more than let's just give it a try. So that's why even as singles outside there, you need to prepare very much for this phase, because once.
I wanted to say that one of the ways you can prepare is for you to be intentional about your training, about your preparation. So being intentional simply means that you get yourself enrolled for a training, because you see people today. We talk because I'm a BSc holder, I'm a master degree holder. I know what it takes for me to earn marriage. It's not the way.
And I'm working.
So I'm of age, or I have my qualification with me. So therefore, I'm good to go as far as marriage is concerned. My boss is okay. No, it's more than that, because you need wisdom for marital success. So that is why I'm using this medium to let you know that you can enroll with us at Marriage Grace Academy, where all that you need will be delivered to you, so that you can be equipped and also prepare for a blissful home. And that is with a guarantee.
Seriously, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, ma'am. So please, audience, give all it takes for you to learn, and I'm even encouraging you to enroll for this academy. You will learn a lot about marriage, about how to, preparation matters, as you've heard. Preparation matters, and if you should take your time very well to prepare for marriage, you have to understand the reason why you have to get married, things you need to know. A lot of things before marriage, and don't forget that there's a reward for it. As one has said before, that marriage will serve as a reward for those sacrifices you paid as a single. And these lessons are not only for singles alone. They are both for married and single. Seriously, thank you very much. Now we appreciate you, and we wish you a very blessed home and greater achievement ahead. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, viewers. So that's all we'll be having for today. Thank you very much for joining us. God bless you.
Right,
Stay
bye.
blessed.
Right.